pre and post nut clarity is like when you're so hungry and you're looking at like an ad for pizza.
Oh yeah, this is the
yeah,
example
and
you
then
gave.
and then after you're full and you eat the pizza, it's like greasy and disgusting, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I just ate that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well,
That's so true.
I still fucking love pizza. Welcome to the Holy Hour.
I'm Amelia Sampson.
And I am Liz Ball. I said that weird, but
it was great. Just switching it up a little bit. Got to keep it interesting.
I have a punchline to a joke, but I don't have a joke.
Okay.
I thought it on the way here, and it's a concept maybe, and not a joke, but build a Brad instead of build a bear.
Yeah.
Go to Build a Brad workshop. How would you build your Brad?
Oh, okay. Are you ready? Wait, do we get to have like personality features with it too, or is it just aesthetic since it's just a bear?
Because do you come up with a personality for your bear? I can't remember. I only went once.
You like speak into you when you put the heart in the stuffing, you like speak a little something into it, and then you put the heart in.
Yeah, let's say you could pick 3 personality traits that you like and 3 that you don't, because everyone's got to have something they don't like. First of all, have you ever dated someone named Brad?
Have I dated someone named Brad? I had a crush on someone named Brad for like a summer.
I dated one guy named Brad very briefly.
My first kiss was with a guy named Chad. Wait. I'm so sorry. His name was Chaz.
Chaz. That's it's one letter off.
And kind of worse.
The Brad
somehow
I dated looks like Fabio.
Ooh.
He's since cut his hair, but he looked like Fabio for a minute.
Does he have like the Fabio like bone structure too?
Yeah, actually.
Hell yeah, good for Brad.
I think you met him.
Did I?
Brad.
Wasn't his name fucking like Alex's Brad?
Yeah.
His name is Brad?
Uh-huh.
I thought
was like, is his name Brad?
I don't think his name is Brad.
I'm pretty sure it's Brad. I'm gonna look it up, because now I'm losing my fucking mind.
It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it's Brad.
Brad. The name is just starting to sound weird.
Yeah, it's Brad.
Brad. Okay.
The name Brad is weird. Anyways, build your Brad.
I'm gonna build my Brad. So what I would do, I'm gonna start with aesthetic.
Okay.
This should not be a shock to anybody. Large, like kind of bear-esque.
Mm-hmm. Just a beefy bean burrito.
Yeah, I love a beefy bean burrito Brad.
Mm-hmm.
And then a beard.
A Bradrito.
A Bradrito,
if you will.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Bradrito with a
fucking stuff it with meat.
A beard.
A beard. I'm trying to think of like my perfect aesthetic.
Do you have hair color preference?
I really like brunettes. Tan brunettes. Yeah, we come by it honestly.
Okay.
Tan with tattoos. That's my Build a Brad aesthetic.
Tan, tatted, beard.
Yep, big,
large.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask a follow-up question. Hair?
Yes, I'm thinking like a solid like 2 inches of hair on the head.
Okay.
Like enough to kind of like do a little whoosh back. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my Brad.
Okay.
Personality wise, my 3 no traits. No Trump supporter.
Oh, I meant like they have these bad traits.
Oh, not what we don't want?
Yeah.
I have to pick bad traits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or I feel like it's more fun if it's what they can't be, I guess.
Yeah,
or like
it's
what
good.
you don't
you're
want
right.
them to
I've
be.
never had to think about. Well, no, I like what like the things that you have to put up with. Like,
okay.
That's a funny question.
What will you what like weird little flags? They're not red flags. Maybe they're like yellow flags.
Workaholic.
Okay.
I've never had to think about this. I'm trying to think about the guys that I've dated and like what I've not liked about them, but it's been like, nah, whatever.
So you've tolerated him being a workaholic.
Yep. I've tolerated.
I don't think I'll ever tolerate a workaholic again. Like, I'm fine with, like, if he likes to work hard and do a good job, but if there's no balance, I'm like, you're fucking out of here. Bye.
You know what I think it is? I think that it's just like a rebound effect from like how many dudes I've dated that are unemployed.
That's so true.
Yeah.
You've dated guys, like, unemployed guys, and then I dated a workaholic who fucking sucked.
I can't even remember the last person that I dated that is like sold and passionate about his job. I don't know. So workaholic. Somebody who doesn't do their dishes right away.
Okay. They're a sink soaker.
Sink soaker for sure.
Okay.
And that's fine. And I am the same, and like that sink is gonna be like real full, you know? And then my third thing, oh shit, I'll have to come back to it. The things that I do want: good sense of humor, passion for what they do, which goes along with the workaholic thing.
Oh, I like a little bit of a double-edged sword here.
A little connector. I love someone that's passionate about what they do, and somebody that's like worked hard to get to do what they do.
Yeah, so then they end up being kind of like a little bit of a workaholic.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's like kind of a rebound effect.
Would you say you're a workaholic?
That's an interesting question. I think in some ways I am.
You do be working, but you do be enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is like a lot of the shit, I have to remind myself that I get a lot of shit done during the day because it doesn't feel like I do because I'm having so much fun. And then the third thing is feminist.
Love that.
I don't know what my last no would be, but I'm sure it'll come to me when I'm like asleep at night. I'm gonna like wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah, you're like,
oh no, someone that doesn't call his mom.
Maybe he has like tiny feet.
Or like a weird laugh. I feel like I would kind of love a weird laugh.
That would be one of those things that like becomes really endearing.
Yeah, but then it's also like you're in like a group of people and it's like, oh, it's just how many laughs. Still ball and chain.
Let's talk about some fun shit.
Okay.
We realized we haven't talked about swallowing.
Yeah, at least in a really, really long time.
Yeah, and like not thoroughly. So let's have a swallowing discussion. And we'll start at the top.
Love it.
Which is, do you?
Only on holidays.
Only on birthdays?
Only on birthdays and like anniversaries. Yeah.
You swallow as a gift?
Yeah. Because
swallowing as a treat.
It's like, if you do it every time, it loses its novelty. But then one time you're just like, I'm going to fucking swallow. And they're like, whoa. And like, that is beautiful to me.
And it doesn't bother you or anything?
Swallowing?
Yeah.
I fucking hate swallowing.
I have only swallowed twice and I absolutely hate it.
I thought you swallow.
No.
You deep throat.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I can't do that. I was getting the two confused.
I still choke. I still gag.
Ugh.
But with actual swallowing, the texture is what I can't do it. I can't do the texture. And
it's warm, and then like the speed at which it shoots into your mouth, you have to like gear up. Yeah,
you have to brace for it.
I just fucking hate it, and like they love it, and I'm like, then you swallow your own cum and see what it feels like.
And I also want to know how many guys have just tasted their own cum out of curiosity. Because I would.
Give it a go.
Although I say that, but I haven't like
tasted yourself.
No, I haven't like wiped my vagina and tasted it.
I've had dudes finger me and then put their fingers in my mouth.
Oh, you know what? I've done that.
And
that's
like,
fine.
That's fine. But like, I don't know.
I'm not paying attention when that. By the time we're doing that, I am in the zone. I'm not thinking it's hot to me.
Yeah. My post-nut clarity is different when I'm having sex than when it is when I'm masturbating.
That's fair.
But also my orgasms are different when I'm also, please remind me to tell my parents not to listen to this episode, like already from the jump. Oh dear God. But the orgasm feels different, and then the post-nut clarity feels different from sex and masturbating.
That's true.
And I wonder why that is. After my post-nut clarity after sex, I'm in such a good fucking mood.
Oh, we talked about this not on the podcast. The last time I had sex was absolutely mind-blowing.
Yes.
I started crying afterwards.
What?
Because I was just like so
stimulated. I
was so happy and like also overwhelmed.
Damn.
That I just started crying.
That's some good sex.
Yeah. Sex so good I started crying. But it's because I had this realization that sex for me is becoming different. Like, it's not something that I just do because I'm horny and want to have sex. Like, I don't know. I just feel so fulfilled in my relationship that having sex is just like something else, something fun we get to do together, and not really like
just confetti.
We have sex because we like are horny.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now we get like a little more interesting with it and add different elements, and then like now it's more of a whole experience rather than just like a couple having sex. I'm doing my best to explain what I mean, and I'm doing a terrible job.
No, I think it makes sense. I think that that's what's really tough for couples to adjust to when they've been dating for a while, and like their reasons for having sex evolve. It makes it feel like their sex life is like dead.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe it is, but other times it's like, no, it's just like what sex means changes as you're with someone for a while.
Well, it's because, I mean, this is true. Like, couples start to have sex less the more comfortable they get with each other, because they don't need that like external like the word I'm thinking of is check mark. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. They don't need that additional validation to know that someone is attracted to them and cares about them. They don't need to have sex to get that validation, because you're already in such like a committed relationship where you just understand each other, that like having sex doesn't have as much of a priority anymore. And like that's kind of where I feel like I'm at. Like I don't know. Like if I'm horny, I'll just masturbate. But if I want to like play and like do something fun with my partner, then that's different.
Yeah.
It's not the same kind of desire.
I'd be interested to know how it would feel from the perspective of somebody who like where sex is like the most important part of a relationship, because I'm sure that there's like a handful of people where that's the case. And then if they're dating someone where that's not the case, and then it like inevitably shifts, how that must feel for the person who puts a lot of importance on like having a lot of sex often. I don't know, because at that
like I'm trying to think of what that kind of person would be like, because I can't picture it in a way where it's healthy, in that they want to either have sex a lot because they like the physical sensation, because then you're just basically using people for sex, or if you want to have sex a lot because you need validation. If you need validation, then what do you already like, what are you lacking in yourself that you need sex as validation? So I'm just having a hard time imagining the type of person where sex is the most important thing and it's not something that is self-sabotaging.
There was a couple on, did you watch The Ultimatum on Netflix?
No.
Don't watch it. It's toxic.
I've seen enough tweets that I understand that it's dumb.
So upsetting. But
it sounds fun. Sounds like a fun watch.
Oh, for sure. But like
but it also sounds
toxic.
Enraging.
But there was a couple on there that had sex like every single day, 3 times a day. And like they were both seemingly like very into that dynamic. They had been together for like 2 years, and they just like had like incredible amount of sex. And I'm just like, what happens when one of them is just like, this is becoming a lot of sex? Because that's a relationship dynamic at that point. Like, that's like a piece of their relationship. So like, and
then if you had less sex, one of you would think something is wrong,
right? Exactly.
And then you're like, maybe something is wrong. I don't know. Well, you can spoil it. What happens with the couple? Do they break up?
Oh, God, I'm trying to think what happened to that couple. I think that they did break up. They did break up, and then that couple and the girl in the relationship ended up with another guy from a different couple. Yeah.
What a fucking nightmare.
I know. It's honestly, that show gave me it triggered me so goddamn much. I was like, what the fuck? Vanessa Lachey and Nick Lachey are some evil fucking masterminds. They really, really are. What the fuck was that?
Wait, let's circle back to
cum shots.
Swallowing, cum shots, facials. So you swallow as a treat.
Mm-hmm.
The only times I've swallowed, one was like an accident. And the other time was just like, I wasn't in a situation where I could easily spit it out. So I was just like, I guess I'll just do this because that's the only thing I can do right now.
Oh my God. It's like thick and viscous at the same time.
Oh.
That is like a different.
And I don't want to say like, oh God, even I'm just thinking the word, it's going to be upsetting, like chunky.
Like what?
Not like. It's not chunky, but like stringy, you know?
Yeah.
It's
honestly the
and to be fair, I also cannot take Jello shots. Like the texture of Jello, like I love Jello shots, but it is very hard for me to swallow a Jello shot because of the texture. And like also with poke. I can't eat poke just by itself. It needs to be wrapped in a lot of stuff. Like, it needs to be in a big spoonful. Otherwise, I'm like, ugh.
Are you an oyster girl?
No, I don't like oysters.
Is it a texture thing or is it taste? Mm-hmm.
But I like clams and mussels.
Oh.
So it's
very
interesting. But oysters I can't do them. I had one and I was like, no, thank you.
God, I fucking love oysters. But yeah, no, you see, I just like, there's something about it, and it's the same thing with like cream pies for me. There's like I really like feeling like not like in everyday life, not outside of the bedroom, but like I like feeling like I'm at someone's disposal sometimes, you know? Like I like that feeling of like being dominated, and there's something about swallowing.
I was gonna say that's just like some submissive business.
Yeah, it just
you're
feels...
just a cum slut.
I like it. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me.
Cum slut.
No, it's there's something about it that really turns me on, but like it just I can't.
I agree with that sentiment though. Like it is hot and like exciting. You're like, yes, they came. But then when it comes down to like I wish I liked swallowing.
Me too.
I fucking hate it.
Me too.
How do you feel about facials though?
I love facials.
Oh really?
How do you feel about facials?
I don't like them.
Why?
It feels like, to me, I know disingenuous isn't a word, but it feels disingenuous. Like it's too porny for me. And I also just don't want cum on my face. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I wear contacts. I just don't want to deal with that.
A lot of people feel that way about facials. It's like
I only had a facial once. And I was wearing my glasses like a fucking science experiment.
Like windshield wipers.
Preparing, yeah. I probably did not look attractive either because I was probably just like, like scrunching my face up like, is it over?
Every dude I've met loves it because it really is. It's like a holiday or birthday kind of thing.
I don't know. It feels like... Also, it feels a little demeaning.
So that's what I've heard a lot from dudes that I've hooked up with. Like, Music Man he loved giving me facials, but then he would always apologize. Like, his post-nut clarity was him, like, apologizing profusely and, like, running and getting, like, a paper towel. Just like, I told you that you could do that. And he would say, it's like, it just feels so demeaning, but it's so sexy, like, in the moment. But then afterward, it's like, what? Like that is an awful thing to do. And since then, every dude that I've been like, come on my face, they're like, what like they're so like caught off guard by it.
Will you say come on my fotch next time?
Come on my fotch.
Fotch. I love saying fotch.
It's instant wood kill. But yeah, all of them are like, what, really? Because it's
because no one I'm sure it's pretty rare.
Should I consider it demeaning?
No, if you don't feel that way, then you don't need to.
That doesn't feel. I'm clearly the only person because every dude that I bring it up to is like, oh, I've never done that before. Like, you haven't?
I think it's there are so many things that you have to consider, Amelia. Like, for me, it's not convenient because I usually have makeup on and contacts.
That's fair.
And then if you have eyelash extensions, you can't get in your eyelash extensions.
And
it's
I
just...
And I would.
You were different. You're special. Some people just don't want to deal with the mess.
Yeah.
And if the mess isn't a concern to you, then that's fine.
Yeah. See, I'm not like a middle of the day sex kind of person. Like everyone, like at least for the past few years, everyone that I've had sex with, it's been like I go over there late at night and then I leave. So I'm like, if I do have my face on, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because you're just gonna go home and wash your face.
Yeah.
Or like wash your makeup off.
Yeah. And like
that's fair.
they just fucking love it. And like it's one of those things where I'm like, there is a lot of shit that I will not do. So I might as well just like let them do that one thing. Oh, speaking of things that I will not do. We'll get back to the cum conversation. This is just like a quick little anecdote. The poet was over on Sunday. And we were having sex and he was hitting it from behind and he accidentally like put it in my butthole. Not like far, but I have never felt such pain.
It hurts, right?
It hurts so fucking bad. I like yelped.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "You just put your dick in my ass." And he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Oh, it's fine. I just need a sec."
When that happened to me, I like almost threw up.
Yes, it hurts.
It hurts so
badly.
badly. You need to train your asshole first of all, and you need to like you need to warm it up. You can't just shove it in.
No.
So if you haven't had anal and you're like someone's pressuring you, don't do it.
That needs a little bit of prep. I'm also
I
saving
still
that for
have
my
not
husband.
had anal. The most has just been. Did you say I'm saving it for my husband?
Yeah. That'll just be his.
That'll be when you guys are like bored and it's a last resort. That's how I feel about it too.
It's a one-way street for me.
Yeah,
and it's
same.
barely that because of my IBS.
Yeah.
It's an under construction road. One way road.
Under constant construction. Yeah. Just a drill. That's how it feels for me.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Oh, it's the worst.
I mean, luckily Mr. Liz also, he's like, I just have zero interest in that.
Yeah, I'll like basically all the dudes I've dated.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, just no interest. Butt plug, fine. Max, that's where I'm maxing out. And it's because I think they're cute.
Yeah.
You get to, you can bedazzle your butthole. How fun is that?
I can't think of anything more fun.
They can see a little treat when they hit it from behind.
I love that. You can make like a little disco ball in your room.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
So sparkly. But you do have to be careful to avoid a Titanic situation where, like I had.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I forgot about it until just now.
What a moment
where
for
it's
you.
Just going in and then suddenly
just gets swallowed up.
You feel so much pain in your butt.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
holy shit, so to speak. Anyway, come. Yes, big fan of facials.
You said you do like cream pies. I hate calling it that.
I know, me too. But what else do you call it?
That also feels just like a porny
like
description.
breeding?
But yeah, it is kind of a breeding kink.
Yeah, I like it in like the concept of it, but then like the actual doing of it, like I will always think I'm pregnant 100% of the time.
Oh, see, I don't feel like that. Like I like it. I like the concept of it. The aftermath is like,
oh my god, it's like falling out of you.
Yes, for so long.
I know.
It doesn't matter if you go to the bathroom and you do your little Kegel exercises to
get it out.
Squeeze out.
That's so fucking true.
I think it's just a universal experience at this point. If you have a vagina and you've had cum in your vagina, you just go, waddle to the bathroom and just
you have to
try and get rid
run.
of it. Yeah, you're like, just trying to push it out. And then,
like 2 hours later, it's still falling out of you.
Just for hours. You're just
so
like,
fucking long.
You'll be walking and you're like, oh. Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's something porn does not tell you.
No. Porn is not realistic
aftermath.
in that it gives you no tools to deal with anything after.
Right.
But conceptually very hot. It's fun.
I'm also very aware of like the environment of my vagina. Like I've said on past episodes, like I can't masturbate in the middle of the day because then like I have to shower because like,
oh yeah,
I get like swamp fat. So like the cream pie-ing I also hate that phrase. But that like is like exponentially worse. I'm just stuck with it for hours. And same with lube. I hate the feeling of lube. And like oil-based lubes. You could take 2 showers and it's still up there.
I think water-based lube is supposed to be better for you. I might be making that up though.
I'm pretty sure it is, and you can get it out quicker and easier. But if you know, let us know.
Doesn't bother me too much.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, just the cum. But I haven't had to deal with that in a long time, obviously, because I'm not on birth control, so.
You see, I am, and I'm still consistently afraid. I could not have sex.
If you got pregnant on an IUD, it would be treacherous. So I don't blame you, but just know that they're very effective for a reason.
They really are. But then you hear about people being like, oh, I was in the 0.02%. Now I have a child. I'm like, that's the shit that would happen to me. I'm walking Murphy's Law.
Wait, this also ties into another conversation. Who should get the towel?
The person who comes should get the towel. 100%. And good cum rag etiquette, wipe it off yourself.
Okay, wait. That was gonna be my follow-up question. Who gets the towel and who wipes it up?
The person who made the mess cleans the mess.
So if a guy came on your stomach or whatever, he gets the towel. Yeah. And you want him to wipe it up.
100%.
I feel like every time I've had a man wipe up cum from me, they do just like the worst fucking job. They just like smear it around you. And I'm like, don't you have experience cleaning up your own cum? I know you know how to do this.
That's so true.
They're just like turning it into like body paint. Like, are you going to draw a happy face or something? Like,
that's so fucking funny.
I'm also having a flashback to when I had a fresh spray tan and someone that I was dating at the time. I literally can't remember who because this was so long ago. So it was one of my exes. But when they came on me, when I wiped it up, it left a splotch from my spray.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
So just so you know, if you got a spray tan,
pro tip,
then
don't let someone come on you.
Yeah, don't make a mess. Let's say.
I just like. There's something very demeaning about like somebody coming on your back and then like cleaning it up, and when it like ends up in your butt crack a little bit, you feel like a baby. They're like
wiping your ass.
Yeah, and I'm always like, oh no. They're like, well, it was there was stuff there.
I just want them to do like as long as they do a generally good job cleaning up the first half, because you're gonna have to go in there with like a wet paper towel or something after. Yeah. As long as they do a good job with the first part instead of just fucking wax on, wax offing that shit all over your stomach, like
that's so real,
or your back, like just
Squints was like the
gotta
MVP.
do like a scoop.
Yeah, do a little Squints would get a like washcloth, get it a little bit damp, and that was the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But then he would always pick like a clean towel. Like I would have like dirty towels that he could use like in my hamper, and so he would use my, and I'm like,
to be fair, that's not something I would consider. Like you want to get a clean towel for your girl.
Ugh, I'm just always like, bro, now I have to wash
so many.
Because we would have sex pretty often, and then I would have no towels. It's usually underwear that I run out of first, but when I was dating Squints,
it was towels.
I would have to do towels all the time.
I'm thinking about like couples telling a story about like having like a cum rag or a cum blanket or something. Haven't you heard stories like that?
No. Oh, like what? Like a designated towel?
Yeah, but then they don't wash it.
Ew.
So then it's like crunchy.
Ew.
Yeah, this is just like, I know I've heard this story, or read it or something, but people do that. They just have an unwashed, designated, like cum towel or blanket.
They actually look gross.
Yeah, people are disgusting.
Damn, so many of their kids just existing on that towel.
I mean, all you have to do is just kind of like peek into people's windows sometimes, and you'll be surprised by how many people are absolutely repulsive. My neighbor downstairs, okay, he lives on the very bottom floor. I've only seen him a couple times. He scares the shit out of me. Maybe he's a nice guy, but he like is on the way to like throwing out the trash. So I'll walk by his window, and Mr. Liz was like, I was like, his decor is so fucking weird, but like he has his curtains down all the time, and then he has things in the window like facing outward, like to you if you were walking by.
Right.
And I was like, I feel like he just bought that shit and put it in the window
For
so
the
people
passerby.
so people think like maybe his apartment's not fucking gross, but I think it's gross inside, because I've walked by and I've seen like literally spiders the size of my palm.
What the fuck?
Living in the corner of the window for months.
Ew.
Yeah, one time there was like a really big one and then like a slightly smaller one, but it was still massive in the window, in the corner. And like
inside?
Yes.
Ew, ew,
I
ew.
have videos and pictures because I was just like, damn, this shit is insane and so gross. And there's no way he wouldn't see that and know. You just let it live there. And then who knows where it is now. Anyways, I was explaining that to Mr. Liz. I was like, I think he has this weird shit, like just that he found at Goodwill or in the garbage that is like a clock or like a weird sign and some candlesticks. I think he has it in there so people don't think he is living in a disgusting way. And then he looked at me like I was insane. And he was like, you think this man has a performative window display? And I was like, yes, I really do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far-fetched.
Well, and then he has a cat. This is the sad part. He has a cat, and he had like opened his window and let the cat out. And like the cat, like the times I'm surprised the cat even lives in there. I've only seen it a couple times in the window, and then it hissed at me through the window. And then when it came out, the cat like came up to me and like I pet its head in a, like a really gentle way, and it seemed like it had never been pet like that before.
Oh,
but he was covered in sores and scabs.
You
and
sent
his
me a picture
fur
of that
was
cat.
gross. No, this is a different cat.
Oh.
And then I mean, I told my complex, I was like, I'm gonna file a police report, but just so you know, I'd like you to get involved.
Damn. When was this?
Last week.
Holy shit.
But anyways, the cat was not in good condition. So I was just like, okay, anyone not taking, if your cat is gross, like,
yeah.
And I think, and it also hissed at me because I think it was just in pain when I like got near its butt. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I know.
There's this,
just think if your cats clean themselves.
Right.
And it's so easy to take care of cats that I also think if your cat is like
not doing well,
covered in sores and like patches of fur missing, like
I mean the spiders are probably biting the cat.
Your place is probably disgusting.
There was this lawyer on TikTok who she's like chronicling what it's like to be somebody who like has their shit together on the surface but like lives in chaos because she has depression and anxiety. Have you seen her? I love this.
I was like, do you target audience reach?
Yeah, I mean, same. It's like there's so much. I always talk about how my environment is like a direct reflection of what's happening inside my head, and like seeing somebody that like is like a lawyer,
high functioning depression,
has like, you know, like looks very like clean and put together, but then you go into her space and it's like not that. It's like that is so common, and I think that not enough people like really talk about that. How like I don't know, it's I feel like I can always, whenever I'm like watching anyone's Instagram story that I know and I can like see their background a little bit, I feel like you learn so much about someone just based on like what's going on behind them. I was having a conversation at a dinner like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like one of those long tables, so there were like multiple conversations going on, and like one of the groups of people that were talking about premature ejaculation, and this group of people were talking about like, is it like, do we think premature ejaculation is adaptive like for any reason? And I was like, hold on, I'm going to be a part of this conversation now. And so I looked it up, and there's like a very small group of people that think that it is. And I'm going to read it to you and get your thoughts on it, because there's no like knowing if this is true or false, you know? But I could only find one source. So Is premature ejaculation adaptive? It said, this is a neat example of evolutionary adaptation. Males who ejaculate very quickly increase their chances of conceiving offspring, so genes that contribute to this kind of swift shooting will increase in the population. Sooner rather than later, most males will possess this ability if it has a genetic component. So it's like, as time goes on, if more and more people that come quickly get more and more people pregnant, if that's something that can be adaptive and like inherited, then like eventually there will be a lot of people that have premature ejaculation. That's the theory, which I think is really interesting.
Also, like halfway through you explaining this, I was like, oh, she's talking about coming early, not pre-cum.
Yeah.
So up until towards the end, I thought you were talking about pre-cum, and I was like, that is interesting. I think pre-cum is adaptive because it clears
out
I
the
don't
old
know.
pipes.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's always existed. Whatever. So then yeah.
But yeah, coming like before you're like ready to. It's like, well, you got the job done quickly. And now more people are getting pregnant from people that have premature ejaculation.
I wonder if it would be adaptive as a result from like shame and sex being so intertwined. Like,
damn,
it's like a reproductive act versus a pleasurable act, because obviously anything you enjoy is sin. So
damn, so true. Food isn't like
gluttony.
Gluttony is one of the sins. Yeah, fuck that.
There's one other thing I had on my list that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Sex magic.
Okay, I have no idea what that is. I'm excited.
So I had seen I had watched a show, like in October. It's called like Brand New Cherry Flavor. Mm. But anyways, in one of the scenes, they're like, okay, we have to perform some sex magic. And it's just one of those things that you're like, okay, voodoo fuckery. Like, this is just moving the plot along. Yeah. And then last night, I can't even remember why I was like, I'm curious about sex magic. So I had some train of thought that was like,
but you're baloney. So.
Yeah. That I was like, sex magic, is it real? Like, so I just looked up sex magic to see what resulted, and basically, it's a lot of people use sex magic. I'm doing air quotes if you're watching us on video, as like a manifestation tool, like your orgasms. So you come to the idea of like whatever thing you want to manifest, like getting promoted or getting a raise or something.
Holy shit.
So you have to try and stay focused while you masturbate. Well, because you could have sex with another person, but I didn't get that far in terms of reading. But like a common practice is just like making yourself come and like thinking of like the thing that you want while you orgasm to try and manifest it.
I can't think of a more powerful way to manifest anything.
Honestly, it sounds fun. Like,
except I like
you just like you just jerk off and think about the things that you want. A new pair of shoes.
I just like I don't know if I would be able to do that. Like, because I have to really focus.
Well, and like as I was thinking about it more too today, I was like just thinking about sex magic and talking to you about it, and I was like, this concept is kind of like those fucking crazy guys who on Reddit who think like if you don't masturbate you'll get superpowers.
Oh my god.
Like, this is the other end of that, which is just like white bitches with crystals like masturbating to manifesting. The masturbation to manifestation pipeline.
I love that.
I don't know. And I think it's just like so interesting and funny, and like who knows if it's true or not, but it's just like I love that people have all of these crazy ideas about sex and orgasms. Like, that are just harmless. Like, you can't masturbate and you'll be like that fucking movie where he eats the pill and his brain just does everything.
Yeah, what's that? what's that fucking called?
Wolf
Unstoppable?
of Wall Street means unstoppable or whatever the fuck. So there's like that group of jabronis who think that like masturbation is cancer for your brain. And then there's like these other people who think that like orgasming is the most powerful manifestation tool you can have. Like, people are crazy and I love that.
It's just incredible.
I fucking love that for us.
I feel like I could probably come to the thought of like money. Like that makes me horny.
It's just hard. Like when you're masturbating, it's hard to not already be thinking about something like sexual.
Yeah. Right. Like, because that's the function of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I feel like this is my homework now for the week.
Yeah.
Speaking of masturbation, I wanted to ask you about how, if you've ever experienced mutual masturbation.
Only because we were far away.
Okay, so it was like a virtual thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like sexting.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. But like in the same room. No.
Maybe it was like foreplay-ish, but not really.
Okay. This came up.
Actually, no, yeah. I was on my period, so I was just doing my own thing with my vibrator.
And then he was like jacking off next to you?
Yeah. And then it turned into a blowjob, but...
Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
See, it makes sense for it to be from like a foreplay standpoint. I had in my mind for some reason in college that it would be like the sexiest thing ever to like mutually masturbate.
Really?
I don't know why. I think it was because like I had watched porn of of a dude jacking off, like just like a solo scene, and I was like, oh, there's something really hot about like masturbating to someone masturbating. So I was like, what if you were in the same room with them doing it? And so like my ex was like down. He was like,
that could be like
okay.
I feel like someone somewhere is like, it's not technically cheating.
Probably, honestly. And it was very strange. It was like, and still to this day I'm like, I feel like it could have been kind of hot, but it just wasn't. Like in practice, it just was not.
Well, because at that point you're like, well, why aren't we just like
doing this for each other?
Or like, why aren't we having sex now?
Right.
Or something. Or like doing something together.
It was, I would not recommend, but you know, if you want to try it, do. But it's very strange because it's like once the novelty wears off, it's kind of like, well, but neither of you want to stop it because it's like, what if the other person's enjoying it? It's like, I guess we're just like masturbating next to each other.
I'm just trying to think in what circumstance would I be like, would this be fun? Or like,
yeah,
I think it would be fun if it was a circumstance where like, if you were doing some kind of, I'm trying to think of what the right word is, but if it was like something kinky related of like, you can't touch me, you have to watch me masturbate, like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like some kind of like sexual orgasm denial.
Yes.
So if there's like a goal like that, then that sounds more fun.
Totally.
Of like, then you're doing something versus just like, okay, now
we're just both gonna come next to each other.
Yeah,
like
we're just gonna watch each other masturbate.
Yeah, it's just really like strange, and like at least from my experience, it was strange. Speaking of like, you're gonna have to watch me masturbate and not touch me. When WeWork was here, I haven't talked about WeWork. I don't really know how to because for multiple reasons, but we did hook up.
You worked.
We worked multiple times a day, and we were trying to figure out like how to like have a little bit of fun with it one night, and I was looking up sex games online, and I found one that we never did it, but like I thought it was such a fun idea, so I wanted to share with the class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it might sound dumb when I say it out loud, but it sounded cool when I read it, so hear me out. So like both of y'all are naked. One of you is on the bed and one of you is standing like in the doorway, and then the person who's standing in the doorway asks the person on the bed like trivia questions about themselves, and every answer that they get right, the person that's standing takes one step closer. So it's like there's like incentive to like answer the question correctly, and there's like all of this like tension building while you're like, because you're just standing there naked like trying to get it so that y'all are going to be like as close together as quick as possible.
I think I would like that more if it was like strip trivia, because if they're already naked then this is just like homework at this point. I would be like,
I guess that's true.
Fuck this.
I don't know. It's kind of like
I would get bored. I'd be like,
which?
And also, if someone forgot like important things about me, I would be so dry. Like, it's
like, when's my birthday?
Yeah.
What's my middle name?
I would be mad. I'd be like, oh, okay, I don't even want to fuck you anymore. I just realized you suck. Like,
it would be fun for like trivial things.
That's why I think it would be fun if like they're not naked yet and you're not naked yet. It's like,
there's something that's like very sexy to me about like the like immediate like potential of something happening and there being something that's stopping you. My ex and I used to do this thing where we would like, when we first started dating, where we would see how long we could go without kissing, and like whoever would like kiss the other person first would lose, and there was like no like, you wouldn't lose anything, there was no winner, but it was like the tension of like pulling away and stuff was like would really turn me on.
You're also reminding me of like what a fucking little tease I used to be. It was my whole shtick. Like, before ever having sex with someone, I'm gonna tell you guys my secrets.
Hell yeah.
My hookup secrets.
Love this.
Just my little seductive moves that I have forgotten since. But I like to, okay, if he's sitting down, I'll straddle him, and I like to like kiss them everywhere, like especially like neck. Some money spots are like the top of the ears.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that never gets any action. So lightly like kissing and biting the top of their ears.
Love that.
Behind
is
the ear.
a big spot.
But if you want the money spots, top of the ears.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
And then kissing them everywhere but their mouth. And then when they try to kiss me, like pulling away.
Fuck yes.
And then
I love that.
Like if I went in and kissed them, if they tried to pull me in, I would like push them back. I just would do like dommy mommy kind of stuff, even though I'm a bottom. But
I love that.
I think it's also why I attracted a lot of bottoms for a while, because I just like, I was just playing, and then I couldn't do any of my fun stuff. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think that's just why I would attract bottoms, because I came off as a top at first.
But there is something so fun about being in control of a situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
and that's
like,
what I like.
Yeah.
I like want them to get so like turned on that they like just have to throw me.
Totally. And I mean, like, that's a big thing about being a bottom too, though, is like you're the sub is the one in control. I'm saying this not to you because you know this, but like being a bottom is actually the position of power.
Yeah,
so it's interesting.
you're the one saying yes.
Right. It's interesting to attract so many bottoms by being so dommy.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just, but maybe that's my issue. Maybe I'm attracting so many bottoms because I'm like a little bit too dominant.
Maybe.
It might be the case.
I don't know.
But I'm also realizing,
I wonder what the formula is. Well, and so also another thing that kind of, the reason I forgot about this is because I wasn't able to do that with Mr. Liz because he's so ticklish.
Oh.
I know, so I couldn't do anything.
That's funny.
The first time we hooked up, he like held it together really well, because knowing how well I know him now, I'm just like, you were really doing your best to not like absolutely freak out and squirm and
that
like scream.
So funny to picture with him.
I know, because he like, I do remember him being like, I really ticklish right there, like trying so hard to like not be like, don't touch me. So now I can't do some of my tricks because he's ticklish. Man. I know, it's a bummer, but
that's so funny. I didn't realize he was so ticklish. That's my issue too.
Oh yeah, so now you guys know
his weakness.
Yeah, it's being tickled.
Hey, me again with the socials. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at The Holy Hour. Email us your stories or just things you want to like ask us questions about at hoelyhourpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Join our Patreon for early access and ad-free episodes. Join our Discord to be adorable. I edit the videos and put them on YouTube. Please watch them because nobody is, and I realized it's because we never fucking talk about it. Of course they don't.
Oh yeah,
we never.
We don't.
We don't post about it anywhere. We post if you want to
full
watch
videos.
us. speak. They're on YouTube. They used to not be. They used to just be a Patreon thing until we joined the network. But we're on YouTube.
Yeah, you can go back, watch old episodes.
I did my hair today.
Yeah. We're doing things.
We are.
We have a special background, too.
We do. We have a backdrop.
So if you found us on TikTok, we have whole videos of this shit.
Enjoy.
Yeah, you can look at my red lipstick looks good from far away, but I'm afraid I'm going to be traumatized when I see it later, and I'm going to be like, why did I do that?
It doesn't look bad at all. I look like I'm playing in my mom's lipstick when I wear lipstick.
I think you look so cute today.
Thank you.
I know you're not wearing lipstick, but
I told Meows that she was my fashion inspo for these space buns.
You pulled them off perfectly.
Thank you so much.
Just like with the length of your hair and the placement and the size of them.
Thank you.
It's hard to do space buns, I feel like.
Please go watch this on YouTube and compliment my space buns. I'm very fragile. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything at Amelia Sampson.
I am Liz Ball So Hard on Instagram and TikTok, and Liz T Ball on Twitter. And I'm having a little bit of a crisis, so I'm just not posting on any of them.
I have a special text tone for you now when you text me, because I want to know when it's you that's texting me.
What is it?
It's the tweet. Because your Twitter's like my favorite place on the internet. So you have the Twitter, you have the tweet bird.
Several people reached out to me this weekend, and they're like, "Are you okay? I saw your tweets." I'm like,
"That's nice that
they reached out." I'm not, but I don't want to talk about it because now I have to make you feel better about me feeling bad.
That's so real. Wow, that's an anxiety depression combo.
Yeah. Well, because when you tell people you're depressed, they're like, "How can I fix it?" I'm like, "You fucking can't."
It's my brain chemistry.
We don't need to keep talking about it either, because I don't want to talk about it.
Brain chemistry, and Mercury is in retrograde.
I know.
I'll be fine on Thursday.
My brain is in retrograde. God. And it has been for a while.
Oh, man. Liz. Oh, my God. This is coming out on our 2-year birthday.
Oh, shit. Wait, when is our 2-year birthday?
June 1st. Oh, so I guess it's coming out June 2nd. So next week we're going to have a birthday sode.
Oh, my God. It's our birthday.
How did we forget? I'm so sorry, podcast. Sorry, my hands are really clammy.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. We did it. 2 years.
We did it.
We have a toddler.
We're in our terrible twos, you guys.
Terribly hot. We'll do something fun next week.
Yeah.
Next week's also my birthday.
Yeah. And I'm excited for that.
I am not. So I'm happy that you are. I got to get better at celebrating my birthday.
Should we do a sex fact of the week?
Sure. Do you have one?
No.
I'll find one.
We can look one up. Okay. We can look one up. Oh, someone did. I do have a corrections corner from someone.
Oh.
Where did she?
Oh, I like corrections corner.
I got that from My Favorite Murder. Oh. The one who was, I read like the sex fact last week from her about not sunning your balls or your butthole. She's a correction. She's not an ER nurse. She said, "I work as a scribe in the ED and am a medical student. So future girl boss doctor."
Hell yeah. Okay, I found a sex fact. Another animal sex fact. Animal sex fact of the week. Which I guess every sex fact of the week is kind of an animal sex fact of the week, because we're animals.
Animals do be having sex.
Animals do be having sex, and we do be animals.
Let's do... we can do like a plant sex fact of the week next week.
Hell yeah. Animal sex fact of the week.
Bing, 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 bing.
Barnacles have enormous penises. You might imagine that an animal that spends its entire life tethered to one spot has a relatively sedate sex life. In fact, though, barnacles, one shouldn't say male barnacles since these animals are hermaphrodites, are equipped with the largest penises relative to their size of any creatures on Earth, as much as 8 times longer than their bodies.
Oh, shit.
Essentially, frisky barnacles unfurl their organs and attempt to fertilize every other barnacle in their immediate vicinity at the same time, presumably being probed and prodded themselves.
Be fucking.
Barnacle orgy. Borgy. That was from ThoughtCo. Animal sex fact of the week.
I guess you know what? I'm going to sound fucking stupid, and it is what it is. I guess I just didn't realize that barnacles were an animal. Thought they were like a plant, an ocean plant.
Damn, actually, you know what? Same.
I haven't really thought that much about barnacles, if I'm being honest.
You know, I thought it was like they're like barnacles.
I thought they were like ocean mushrooms. You know.
This is what their penises look like. Down here.
I'm still confused about what I'm looking at.
So look up barnacle penises if you want to, but probably from a private browser. This has been
a sex fact of the week with Amelia Sampson.
I do have to, that I am alone in this one. You're like, I won't be a part of this one.
You're the one who is the most interested in animal sex facts.
I just think they're hilarious. Like,
I realize I never think about them. Well, I'm like, oh.
I have to say me neither.
The only one I was really confused about was the kangaroo one. I was like, I have so many questions about pouches and vaginas.
Yeah, I mean, like, and like porcupines piss on each other before sex.
I did not know that.
That's fucking hilarious to me.
Pee-pee fetish.
Pee-pee fetish. The little golden shower boys.
Porcupines and pee-pee fetishes.
It's the name of our
Shit's
rock
crazy.
Band. All right. Should we wrap up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
We love you, our children.